President of the Assembly, Honourable President of the IPU, Dr. Tulia Oxen in absentia, Honourable Presiding Officers, fellow speakers, honourable members, and distinguished guests. It is an honour and privilege for us as South Africa to address this 150th Assembly today. We also meet at an opportune time when we mark the 30 years following the Women's Conference in Beijing, where a call to action was made to all countries on building an equitable society where both men and women can enjoy the equal freedoms that we have all fought for, but also to ensure that both women and men can participate in building a country or countries that all of the people will appreciate. I also want to applaud the IPU that today we mark 40 years of having forged a struggle to ensure that women can have a voice in this assembly in shaping the policies as well as the programs of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. It is pleasing that this year a decision has been taken that annually the IPU will host a women's parliamentary conference where women can make their contribution on how we shape a better world. I must say, Chairperson, that when we reflect on the 30 years of Beijing, we have seen progress in women's representation in parliaments and other walks of life. We've seen the increase in access, particularly in education, for the girl children. We've seen progress in lawmaking that has improved the lives of women. However, there remains more that needs to be done. The impact of wars and conflicts have affected women and children worse in particular. The gender-based violence have increased unabated. It is for these reasons that we believe peace is critical for development, and as the Inter-Parliamentary Union, we have the power to use our parliamentary diplomacy to work for peace. Today's debate on parliamentary action for social development and justice serves as a reminder of the immense inequality that defines and remains a silent feature of our world. It is indeed unsettling to acknowledge that only 1% of the global population continues to hold disproportionate share of global wealth. This distribution is further exacerbated in various countries where a small affluent minority holds more wealth than 90% of its population. As parliamentarians, we must acknowledge our complicity in enacting legislation that primarily benefits the wealthy and multilateral corporations, leading to excessive profits that disproportionately favor shareholders and executives. This acknowledgement brings to light weaknesses which our legislative practices and mandate sometimes brings to bear. Honourable President of the Assembly, the escalating debt levels and interest rates in developing countries continue to soar, pushing many towards crisis. Each interest rate hikes force developing nations to grapple with the choice between servicing their debt or investing in vital areas such as clean energy, education, health, and infrastructure. Shockingly, in 2023, developing countries spent a record of over $1.4 trillion on servicing debt, diverting scarce resources away from critical needs, as highlighted in the 2024 World Bank Group of International Debt Report. Furthermore, the current climate of trade wars has only worsened these circumstances. Imposing tariffs and engaging in retaliatory action have intensified global economic instability, ending up negatively affecting the most vulnerable regions. These trade conflicts exacerbate the existing global inequalities, adding another layer of hardships to the economic challenges faced by many countries. Honourable President, despite challenges and shortcomings, South Africa has come a long way in fostering unity in diversity and in promoting nation building where everyone has equal opportunities to thrive. We have enacted various pieces of legislation to promote fairness and equality for all, regardless of gender, race, or culture. Among these have been the implementation of the Employment Equity Act, the Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment Act, the Land Expropriation Act, and many others to make sure that we can bring justice to those who are historically disadvantaged. To promote accountability, responsiveness, and openness, we have established various institutions to strengthen our constitutional democracy. This includes the South African Human Rights Commission, the Office of the Public Protector, the Commission for Gender Equality, and many others. The establishment has ushered in a new era of accountability and respect for all. Honorable President, the upcoming Second World Summit for Social Development in Doha, Qatar, presents an opportunity to create a new path, a path anchored by enhanced social protection systems targeting vulnerable groups to reduce inequalities and ensure digital inclusion, investment in sustainable infrastructure, and protection of biodiversity, and commitment to achieve gender parity in all sectors, including political representation, education, and employment. We do hope, honourable members, that our continued participation in these multiple fora will indeed ensure that we can have sustainable development and justice. I thank you.